Thanks, Goose. Well, here at Good Game, we're big fans of DayZ mods, so over the holidays we were feverishly excited to check out the long-awaited standalone version. The game is still in alpha testing, so these are just our first play impressions.
Ah! They're on me! If you haven't played DayZ before, then you don't know the sheer joy that can come from finding a can of unopened beans in a video game. It's an open-world zombie survivalist experience with permadeath, where your biggest challenge isn't the zombies, it's getting on with other players.
Hey, can you spare any of them bullets?
It's one of the most interesting and important games in recent years, not only for what it's done for community-driven game development, but in many ways it's created a new genre of sorts in open-ended game design.
DayZ's alpha status means it's still missing a lot of features and is rapidly getting patched all the time. In fact, so much of what we talk about here could already be different. After how fully fleshed out the mod has become, Barjo, standalone by comparison does feel a little bit barren at times, and that's understandable for alpha stage, but can't help but feel a little bit underwhelmed. There's very few zombies around and they don't do much. Many weapons simply don't work or do enough damage.
I'm okay. The thing that I really struggle with standalone Hex is that in the big cities, it still frames up. You can't get over 25 frames per second, even with an amazing rig. And as a gamer, I just don't understand that. I'm sure it's a limitation of the Arma engine, or maybe it just needs more optimization, but by now, it should be smooth.
Yeah, but this is a big engine rewrite with new network code to make DayZ more of a player versus player MMO.
And he's just spraying blood. That's who we're after.
Got it.
He's got nothing on him though. Oh! Oh no! Run!
It might not technically be all there yet, but there are still huge improvements all round, setting standalone on a path to being less mod-like and more like a full game. For example, it takes seconds to get into a game now, which is my new favourite feature. I used to hate just waiting hours and hours just to get into a game, and then even still I'd get booted. I just don't have that kind of patience. I just want it to work. And now it does.
There's also lots of little tweaks to the movement system now, and they've ironed out some of that awkwardness. You run much faster now, especially if you put your gun away. But then you're also more vulnerable because you can't raise your weapon and fire in an instant. Hello! And there's some lighting improvements too. Most importantly though, there are new game mechanics which play into the survival theme. You can become very sick if you eat bad food or get an infection from bad water, so finding a pristine banana or can of beans is a pretty amazing feeling.
I really like the idea of introducing things like sickness. I mean, that's something that would actually happen, and it's another real-world thing to think about. I also like the new user interface and inventory system. Compared to most games, it's still pretty fiddly, but for returning mod players, it's a huge step up.
I liked how much of the map had changed. There's a lot of new buildings and encampments, and almost every building can be entered now. Also, the inclusion of things like new emotes and handcuffs throws into the mix new ways to harass other players. The idea of handcuffing other players or putting a sack over their heads might sound like a pretty nasty thing to do to another player in a game, but it's dangerous ideas and emotions like this, which is why DayZ is so interesting.
Is that thing loaded?
Essentially, it's a social experiment, and that's why we keep coming back to this game again and again.
Put the torch on the ground. Okay, get up slowly now and run in the opposite direction. And I won't shoot you in the back. I just held someone up with their torch. I love this game.
Most of my experiences with standalone though have ended in swift death. Hello. I haven't seen anyone in like 6 hours, and you're the first person I've seen.
Then you and your dead, brother.
I think you'll find I'm not dead. I'm unconscious. It's good to be accurate. Now I'm dead. But Goose has actually had a few more interactions with other players and gangs than we have with standalone, and in fact he found one gang that stole his pants.
Okay, sorry. This guy's stealing our pants, Pete.
The bloody pen.
That's awesome.
This is amazing.
On your knees, everyone on your knees.
So you're the pants bandits I've been hearing about.
Now, everyone put on the person to their left.
God, I don't know which one how do I know which one were my pants and...
These ones right here, right in front of me.
You just walked into the wrong place to be.
Scoundrels, the lot of them. I do think the vibe at the moment, though, is that no one really knows what to do because there's so much functionality missing.
I'm watching what appears to be a boxing match.
There are big plans in the works for this game, though, from defibrillators to long-term health problems to blood transfusions that rely on specific blood types. It is hard to recommend this game in its current state, though. If you do still need your DayZ fix, we recommend playing something like DayZ Epoch Mod, which is polished, has things like creepy NPC vendors, and supply drops which lead to intense standoffs.
Get away from my crate. No, 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 no.
Run away, run away.
Yeah, Epoch is great. It even has smelting. And I like how you can pull your bike out of your backpack, ride to another town, then put it away and continue looting. Back to Standalone though, mostly the game right now is about fashion. There's such a variety of gear you can wear, and better clothes means more inventory space. Brighter clothes or backpacks make you a bigger target though, so there are more choices you have to make about everything you put on.
We'll come back to DayZ for our full review when it's finally finished, hopefully later this year.
And now, back to Goose.